Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking a
categorically,
question. Don't
Mr.
be
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You are
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can
No,
you
I'm
give
not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir. I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to Dave versus the MSM. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We are available 24/7 at davejanda.com. Extra shows, content, guests, analysis, archives to all of our shows. Become part of our freedom family. You will not be sorry, but you will be educated and empowered. There are issues I cannot speak about on this platform or on the Rumble platform or on any social media platform because of the deep state censorship choke points that are there. There are certain issues I cannot speak about on the radio. Why? Because of the deep state choke points in the FCC, which is why davejanda.com exists. We try to be a life preserver for you and everyone you know through the information we provide to put you months, years ahead of that curve that the globalists have constructed and continue to construct that ends in the destruction of your freedoms and liberties. Every Tuesday, I also put a video up on Rumble. Now, Rumble is not the panacea people think. Okay, there are certain issues you can't talk about there. And to show you how they try to even censor issues there, it's hard to find the Operation Freedom channel on Rumble. So when you go to rumble.com, if you go in the search bar and put Operation Freedom or Operation Freedom channel, you might find it. What I do in the pinned comment on the YouTube videos, I put the Rumble link to the video I put up every week. Now, it's also available at davejanda.com free. So, again, I encourage you because it's different content. I want to start with a quote by Robert F. Kennedy Sr. Quote, "Every time we turn our heads the other way, when we see the law flouted, when we tolerate what we know to be wrong, when we close our eyes and ears to the corrupt because we are too busy or too frightened, when we fail to speak up and speak out, we strike a blow against freedom, decency, and justice." That's why our platform is so despised by the cult. Because we hold people accountable. And we present facts and data and truth. The truth is, folks, the cult's wheels are falling off. And that's what today's topic is about. They had a pretty good operation going, didn't they? In the southern border? Didn't they? I mean, think of it. Huge. I mean, how many billions of dollars, billions, maybe even trillions at this point, have they laundered through human trafficking, weapons trafficking, drug trafficking? It's been a big moneymaker for them. And they wanted you to believe that this sieve that they've created is just fine. Well, unfortunately, it took many people to be robbed, injured, stores closed permanently, for an awakening, different than woke, awakening of millions of people to say, wait a minute, they keep telling us like they do things that's good for us, but no, this illegal immigration, this sieve, is not good for us on many different fronts. It's actually harming us. It's killing us. Border Patrol boss admits agency cannot protect U.S. because they're forced to process so many illegals. Thank you. Oh, and our borders are Kamala Harris. Hasn't she done a bang-up job for the cult? She has. Oh, yeah. For you and me and every American that values our own freedoms and liberties and security and safety. Yeah, right. Thanks, Cammie. Thanks, Joe. Yeah. And by the way, the R's, remember I've told you, one political party, Republicans, owned and operated by a criminal syndicate, all doing the work of the globalist cult hierarchy. What have they really done about this? Oh, they've been talking Jim Jordan, I'm going to take my sport coat off because I'm working so hard. I'm going to send an email about the border. That's what I'm going to do. Stop. Just, I'll be kind. He's controlled opposition. Okay? I know. There's this big push, big push, big push. Oh, Jim Jordan's going to run and leave the house. And, okay, let's see. What the heck has he done so far? Huh? It's been 3 years. What's he done? Well, he's running this committee. Oh, has he subpoenaed the people he should have subpoenaed? No. But he sent some emails out. Yeah. What a joke. Jason Owens, the new head of the Border Patrol, has warned that the agency is unable to protect Americans from hardened criminals smuggling in weapons, drugs, and gang members because it's so overwhelmed with processing thousands of illegal immigrants. Yeah. And people have finally had enough. And it took retail stores closing in their neighborhoods where they said, hey, you know what? This isn't good. I can't go to the store anymore. They're all closing. Target to shutter 9 stores in major cities after being targeted by violence and theft. All these people that were pushing for a sanctuary, the globalist cult, little puppets. The New Jersey governor, right? That guy, he did a bang-up job the last 3.5 years with this and this, right? Oh, yeah. New Jersey governor no longer wants immigrants after earlier advocating to become a sanctuary state. New Jersey's globalist governor, this from the Epoch Times, Phil Murphy, has changed his stance on border policies after refusing to take in immigrants as proposed under the Biden administration scheme, even though this guy had initially signed on to becoming a sanctuary state. And then we had this revelation because Mayorkas saw his life passing in front of his eyes. This Department of Homeland Security globalist hack. Mayorkas finally admits acute and immediate need to build a border wall in Texas. Oh, welcome. Why? Why all of a sudden? Because it's all melting. The wheels have fallen off. Their own internal polling has shown people across every spectrum have had it. That they see, not just they can't go to the store, but they're worried for their own lives if they go outside their houses. And they, rightfully so, hold the people that are the leaders of this country responsible. So then they start saying, well, yeah, okay, we're going to build a wall. I mean, should that shock anybody? All these cats live behind walls, right? Obama, Biden, the Pope, all of them, right? Hey, wait, they want a wall for Pelosi. They want a wall for themselves, but no, not for you. And they love supporting terrorists. And this is coming back to bite them too. Because people finally recognize, oh, wait a minute. Whoa. These cartels, they're terrorists. These cats in Ukraine, the Azov battalion, are giving standing ovations to former SS members, and there are all these Nazis involved in what? And then, wait, let's give, terrorists, run by the kind of globalist cult to be terrorists. Let's just hand them over billions of dollars. Trump and GOP blast Biden for handing over $6 billion to a terrorist regime in Iran. I mean, what's new? The Biden regime has handled over $120 billion to the Nazi regime in Ukraine. Right? The cult's all about funding terrorism. What about Antifa and all that stuff, right? The Summer of Love in 2020, right? The fact that they've done nothing about the drug cartels, they're essentially funding them. Why? Because, hey, guess what? As was reported and presented to the Arizona Senate through the Breger report, those cartels are in turn funding politicians in the United States. Yeah. It's one huge money laundering operation. And reportedly, there are whistleblowers in Ukraine saying, yeah, that all that U.S. taxpayer money going to Ukraine, well, some of it's coming back to politicians that allocated that money back in the United States. Imagine my shock. It's one huge money laundering operation, and you and me paying our tax dollars, it's what's being used. And people, more people, millions of people have finally come to that realization. And they don't want anything to do with it. And then, when they do safely wander outside their houses and get in their car and then go to fill up their gas tank, they go, $4? Or in California, that'd be a bargain. $6+ a gallon. Who is Biden working for? Gee, I wonder. Huh? This from Zero Hedge. Administration under fire for illegal reckless cancellation of Alaska oil leases. Did someone pay Biden's to weaken the United States? Short answer, yes. Excuse me. After canceling the Keystone XL pipeline project, draining the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to dangerously low levels, some of which was actually sold to Hunter Biden's Chinese-linked energy giant company, and vowing no more oil drilling on U.S. soil, while America's geopolitical adversaries, two of whom paid his family handsomely, beef up their own energy independence, the Biden administration has done it again. Last week, the regime confirmed it will cancel 7 controversial oil and gas leases in an area of Alaska known as the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, which were legally awarded in a 2021 sale. It's gotten to the point where some members of the cult say, you know what, I can't be part of this. This is nuts. Democratic mayor of Dallas. American cities need Republicans. Now, they don't need Republicans. What they need are non-globalists. And he says, I'm becoming one. Well, let's see what he does. Look, this right-left thing is all garbage, and I've told you that since I started my radio show 13 years ago. The right-left axis is pure theater. It's meant to have people do this while the boys running the show, the boys and women running the show, the globalist cult, they're working a different axis, up being freedom, down being oppression, and they're working the oppression side of it and trying to strip freedom from every person of the world, including every American. And I've told you that for 13 years. When everybody said, that's a conspiracy theory, Janda. No, I saw it on the inside starting in 88. I saw it. Well, other people saw it. Why didn't they talk about it? Because they're compromised. One shape or form or another, they're compromised. And that's why they kept their mouths shut. Or maybe they were just afraid. I've told you this from the beginning. None of this that's happened should surprise you. Could have been prevented. But too many people were busy calling people like me conspiracy theorists and working the right-left axis. All those people on network radio and TV that now all of a sudden are talking about, globalism. They were the ones calling people like me conspiracy theorists while they were raking in millions of dollars working for the man, the bankster man. Yeah, it's aggravating. Because all of this, my bag is prevention, right? That's what I'm known for in medicine. Prevention guy. All of this could have been prevented. But it wasn't. Because too many people were on the take for years when they could have been sounding the alarm. Everybody on syndicated radio, everybody on television that you see has been part of the problem. Now, maybe they've had a come to Jesus moment and finally woken up. Thank you, Tucker Carlson, for finally waking up. But if people like Carlson had woken up years ago, rather than taking the paycheck we wouldn't be here today. Fact. I know it's not popular to say it, but it's true. And those same people that have now awakened were people pointing the finger at people like myself and a small handful of others that had the audacity to come forward and say, here's what's happening behind the curtain. Luckily, you never fell into that trap. Because if you're watching these videos, you never fell into that trap. You didn't buy into the conspiracy theorist garbage. You didn't buy into the right-left garbage. From the beginning, when you heard the message we put forward 13 years ago, you said, wait a minute, you know what? This is different, but you know what? I'm going to listen. I'm going to research it. I'm going to listen, but you know what? I'm not going to discount this. The reason why our constitutional republic exists to this day, and I understand it's in trouble, huge trouble, but the reason why it's not dead is because of you. Because you didn't buy into that right-left garbage. Because you didn't buy into everything you were seeing, hearing, and reading in the Wall Street Journal and in Fox. And I told you from the beginning Fox was part of the problem. Oh, I got immense grief for that. For 13 years, finally, after the 2020 election, maybe even some, but finally they're fine. Oh, maybe you were right. Maybe I was right. You are responsible for why this system still exists, even though it's on life support. It's on life support. It's still alive and kicking. And I believe it's going to make its way out of the ICU and make its way out of the hospital. Why do I believe that? Because I believe in people like you. And I also know I'll never shut up. And I'll keep providing you the ammunition you need of truth, facts, data, for you to network to anyone and everyone you know, to get them off that right-left axis garbage, to focus on the real axis, up being freedom, down being oppression, and stopping the people that have been focused on the oppression side of the equation, that being the globalist cult. There are millions of us in this country. Millions. And the cult is panicked because the wheels are falling off of their operation. Because of the awakening that you have helped inspire by bringing information to anyone and everyone you know and love. Even though when they push you away, no, that's conspiracy theory. No, it might be conspiracy, but it's conspiracy reality. Here's the information. Here's the facts. Here's the data. Here's the science. Here's the truth. Here are the references. Here are the links. Here are the videos. That's what you've been doing. Don't buy into this garbage that it's people like Tucker Carlson that's pulled this off. Bull. Tucker Carlson was dragged by his feet to start talking about this stuff. It's you that's led to this awakening. You. Recently, a member of the European Parliament, Christine Anderson, who's been there for a period of time talking the talk against the globalist, against that axis of evil. Remember, Ronald Reagan, axis of evil. He wasn't talking right-left. He was talking up-down. Member at European Parliament, Christine Anderson, go to hell. Member of European Parliament, Christine Anderson, delivers damning message to the globalist tyrants. Quote, if you do not unequivocally stand with the people, you have no place in any parliament or any government worldwide. You belong behind bars. You may even rot in hell for all I care at this point, because that's exactly what you deserve if you sell out the people. End quote. Right on, Christine. And she's been saying these kind of things for years, as have we, as have a small handful of people. They're panicked, the cult. They're desperate. The wheels have fallen off and they don't want you to notice. And it's your role to make everyone you know and love notice that their wheels have fallen off. That their oppression stripping, freedom stripping agenda is done. It's over. Don't sit on the couch. Don't wait for a plan that no one's ever showed you. How can you trust a plan if you've never seen it? It's about you getting off the couch and networking that information to anyone and everyone you know and love. Fact. You are the sources of information. Not somebody who worked for a globalist cult news media organization for years and finally decided, hey, you know what? Enough people are waking up. I think I better start changing my tune, because if I don't change my tune, I'm going to get swept up in the fallout when all this kind of hits the fan. Right? I'm happy Tucker's finally talking the talk after he made his tens of millions of dollars playing on the cult's team and making the cult members more money, the Murdochs. I'm glad he's finally come around. What I'm enthused about is you've always been there. You didn't have to come around. You've always been here. You've always been fighting. You did all the dirty work in the trenches. And that's why the cult is panicked. Because of your perseverance, dedication, and sacrifice over the years, you've continued to bring information forward to those you know and love, even when they weren't receptive. And that's why we're winning the war. It's you. I thank you for your time today. We are available 24/7 at davejanda.com. We provide you all the ammo you need with facts, data, truth, and when needed, science. I thank you for your time today. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Thanks for joining us today.